Right, hey guys, good evening. If you watch this on replay, I'm actually trying this live again because the first one my phone was playing up. So, welcome to Tuesday Night's Training Call. I'm really excited to be doing this call for you guys tonight. It's a couple of things what I'm really excited to talk to you guys about. But first, as I'm doing with all my lives at the minute, is I want to know whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching this on replay. So once again, please comment live, Port Elizabeth, South Africa. The reason I say that because Kayla's on, I just seen a comment. Evening live, Essex, perfect. I can see comments, I can see emotions. We are up and running in full action. Perfect, here we go, guys. And also, if you're watching this on replay, I want you guys to comment, replay, and where you're watching this from. Because what it's doing, this is giving us a wonderful way to see who's actually watching it live, who's watching it on replay, kind of what times people are watching it, when it's coming back watching it. And it's a really interesting way to kind of us pick up the demographic of the business and the group to see where people are doing it from. So super excited about that. So let's get all inviting our teams on. Cool. Hit invite. If you're watching this on replay, you know we can't share it, but you can tag in your business partners as well. Make sure they're watching it, make sure they've seen it, because these calls are really important. You know, it's good to get the big numbers up on these calls as well and really make sure we get some good interaction on it. So let's have a look, see who we got on tonight. I'm going to do some hellos quickly, then we're going to get talking. So, hey Kayla, hey Jem, hey Cindy, hey Liz, we've gone global, hey Leanne, hey Jolene, hey Hayley, hey John, hey Debbie, hey Stefan, hey buddy, hey Karen, fantastic call today earlier, Karen, I really enjoyed that speaking to you. Hey Jason, happy recent birthday as well, buddy. Hey Jax, hey Joe, oh, we have really gone like full steam global. So guys, if you're just jumping on the live now, please comment live where you're watching it. If you're watching it live, comment live and where you're watching it from. If you're watching this on replay, please comment replay and where you're watching it from. Now, I know a lot of you guys may have been expecting Hazel on tonight. She's feeling really sicky today, you know, just invited me. Don't worry, I'm here. Now, like I say, she's feeling a bit poorly. Sickness still hasn't gone away. You know, it's still there in today's, you know, it doesn't really get any better, to be fair, as probably some of you ladies know. And it's just, you know, today's a rough day. So I've jumped on the call tonight. I'm not going to be talking to you guys about GoPro. And the reason being is because we've done some really good content on GoPro. What I'm going to be talking to you guys about, which I'm really excited about, and I nailed this earlier, I'm going to see if I do it again. Hue Nand. Tell me if I got that right, because my Afrikaans is getting better, because I'm really getting good at these pronouncing these hue nows. Like, I'm really excited about how I'm speaking Afrikaans. When I come to see you guys in April, I am going to be speaking at least 3 sentences in Afrikaans to you guys. But yeah, so what I'm going to talk to you guys is, what I'm going to be talking to you guys about tonight. Here come the emotions. It's always that slight 15 to 20 second delay, and then all the last time crossing. Yes, virtual high five, Jax. Now, come on, how can I get perfect then very close in the normal? Come on, cut me some slack here. And a big shout out to you guys that also got me this cup in South Africa as well. And also a shout to Salumi, where she is, vegan for life. Now guys, what I'm going to talk to you guys about tonight is leadership, entrepreneurship, and standing on your own 2 feet, and how you can utilize these to really accelerate your business. No, Joe, I'm not going to do that right now because I don't know Canadian. But I'm going to make this interactive as well, guys. I really want to make this interactive with you guys. So what I want to do is I want to be talking to you guys. I want you guys to give me some feedback as well. So I hope you've got your notebooks ready, because I'm going to be literally giving you some tools and some information tonight. Really want you to take notes of, where you can think, yes, this is me, no, this isn't me, yes, I can implement this, and no, I can't. Now, what I first talked about, this is leadership training, okay? Now, the first question I want you guys to ask, and I want to get some interaction here for you guys, see who's awake on the call already or who's dozed off already. Now, I want you to tell me if you believe that in this business, we're here to create leaders, or we are here to create followers. So all you need to do is comment leadership or followers. That's all. If you believe we're here to create a downline of followers, then comment followers. If you believe we're here to create a download of leaders, comment leaders. And that's all I want to see. Literally, it's all I want to see. Whether you're watching this on replay or not, whether you're watching this live, I want you to comment whether you personally believe. And remember, there's no answer to the wrong answer. I want you guys to tell me what you believe we are looking to create here. Whether we're looking to create leaders or we're looking to create followers. And whilst you're doing that, I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. Some of you guys might think I'm crazy. I'm like literally coffee, water, coffee, water. And the reason being, a little bit tired, so a little bit caffeine, a little bit dehydrated, so a little more water. Coffee doesn't rehydrate you. So, balance between two. And good, I can see some good answers coming in. Let's see who's awake though. We've got lots of people on the call, so I want to see who's awake. Now, lots of leader comments coming in. Good. So, let's see. Follow my leader, follow my leader. Right, now, before we wait too much longer, I want to tell you, we are looking here to create leaders. That's what we're looking to create. We don't want to be looking to create followers. That's not what we're looking to do. Because if we start creating followers and we're constantly dictating and telling people what to do, then all that's going to happen is we're just going to create an army of sheep, the people that aren't going to stand on their own 2 feet, that have to rely on you, or have to rely on the upline, or have to rely on the company. They have to rely on somebody to give them that information, to tell them what to do, to tell them to grow. So what we're looking to create is leaders. We're looking to create people that want to stand on their own 2 feet, that are going to stand on their own 2 feet, that it doesn't matter if the upline goes on holiday for a week, or their phone breaks, or, they leave or whatever, because they're like, hey, man, I've got this, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm cool. Or essentially, say for instance, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about in a minute. Now, promos, for instance, people wait for promos. People that, people wait for a promo to come out, and then they're like, right, I can't do anything until that comes out. Now, that's what I mean by a follower. So what I mean by a follower is someone that can't do anything without you telling them what to do. A follower has to have somebody say, you need to do this. You need to, okay, yes, I'm going to go and do it. Now, that's what I mean by a follower. We want to create all of our distributors, we want them to be leaders. Now, this is what I've done this training before with all the executives. Now, some of you executives on the call, you may have heard me do this a little while ago when I've done leadership trainings. Now, because we also have an executive training group. If you're an executive on the call and you're not in the Successing Executive group, you need to be speaking to your upline, because every Sunday night I do a leadership training call, and they are some of literally my best things I put out there on Zoom calls, and the feedback I get from every single one on a Sunday is fantastic. And a lot of the leadership training calls I do is based all on the one-to-one coaching I do with people as well. When I'm coaching people one-to-one, it's the things that I can discuss with people. Now, I thought, right, do you know what? I'm going to do this leadership training with you guys tonight. Now, the reason being is I personally believe, now, a lot of people say that, you're only a leader when you've hit executive, or brand representative, whatever the new title is. You're only a leader when you have a team. You're only a leader when you become a Ruby. Now, I personally don't believe that. I don't believe that, you're only a leader if you become a Blue Diamond, Team Elite, Ruby, or Executive, or whatever it is. Because at the end of the day, that's just a status. That's just a title. I personally believe you become a leader the day that you decide you are going to be a leader. And that's as simple as it is. The day that you decide. No one can tell you that you are a leader just because of your title or status. Because trust me, I know a lot of people with pin titles that are not good leaders. They're not a leader full stop, but yet they've got the title that represents them as a leader, so they think they're entitled to be a leader because they have this title. But that's not the case, guys. The day your leadership starts, the day you join the business, if you want to be a leader, okay? Now, this is how simple and how quick you can become a leader in this business, okay? This is how simple and quick you become a business. It is the day that you decide it. So it is the day that you decide to become a leader by literally turning around and saying, I am a leader. It is a decision that I have made. I am going to become a leader. And that is how you start. That's essentially how you become a leader. Simple as that, okay? Now, I personally made that decision on day one. I knew how big I wanted the business to go. I knew I wanted to go full time. I knew what I wanted to achieve. I knew what I was going to achieve. And I said to myself, I am a network marketing professional. I am a leader. And that's what I said to myself. And, and what I did, And I kind of put myself into that position because that's what I wanted to be. I saw my upline as the company. That's how I saw it. You know, I saw that I was going to create a group of leaders. I wasn't going to create a group of followers. I was going to create a group of entrepreneurs by allowing people to stand on their own 2 feet and allowing people to grow and flourish their own wings and spread their own wings and stand on their own 2 feet and not be dictated to, not be told what to do. And that is what I wanted to achieve. And, you know, learning from my mentors, that's exactly what they've done to make millions and millions and millions in the business over the past 31 years. When I had a coaching call last night with Rob Sperry. I was on the call with Rob for an hour. You know, we discussed the similar things. And so I know when I'm saying these, not my opinion, this is what I have learned, and this is what I've experienced, and this is what I've been taught. And when you learn something, you experience it, it's not an opinion, it's a fact. And what I like to do with people, I give people practical advice based on facts, trends, and experiences. So what I'm going to go through tonight is what and I'll talk to you about at the end, how, not me personally, but how these topics came about of what is a leader. So over the next sort of half an hour, I'm going to talk to you guys about what is a leader and becoming an entrepreneur and standing on your own 2 feet to really accelerate your own business. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is negativity. Okay, now, if you want to become a leader, you want to be a leader, then there's no place for negativity in groups, in chats, on your profiles, things like this. No place whatsoever. You know, I'm sorry, but there isn't. The only time you'll ever find me being negative, if that, is if I'm with friends and we are having a rant or a moan. But I will never, and you'll never see me, regardless of the situation, regardless of how somebody is speaking to me, regardless of what's happened, you know, with all the Black Friday, insanity, like not once did I ever become negative about that in the group chats or situations or on my public profile or in in Success Inc. or anywhere, because there's no place for it. You know, you will see people, and we all know the ones, and this may be you, and you may feel like I'm talking to you right now, but we all know the ones that will always use group chats to have a rant. They'll post on their Facebook, my fucking God, blah, 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 on there. You may see the ones that like will comment a status or something like this, you know. And I tell you now, there's no place for it. You will never see a true leader doing that. You'll never see me talking to anyone in my organization about that. I always want to be the leader and and create leaders by doing that. So for me, I know for a fact that if I start being like, blah, 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 my God, Black Friday, blah, blah, products like, no, this crazy stuff, you know, that's going to happen. So for me, I don't ever want to come across like that. So like I said, the very first thing I want you guys to write down, if you've got your pens, and you should have your pens and notebooks if you do. So negativity, there's no place for it in groups, chats, or in your public profile. Save it for your partner, save it for your friends, save it for something else, save it for the wall, go to the gym, go stress out, put some music on, whatever you need to do. You know, that's where you take your negativity out, not in the business. Next one under negativity is products, okay? Now, we know Nu Skin globally have like what, 600 products. You know, we potentially have like 300, 400 available in EMEA. Not sure exact numbers in EMEA South Africa, but I know we have over 600 globally. Now, we are not going to like every single one of those products, and it is okay. But I tell you now, guys, the amount of times I've seen somebody in a group chat, for instance, where they don't like a product. Oh, I'm not promoting this. I can't. Oh, I don't like this one. This product's rubbish. This doesn't work. And again, you know, for leaders, you won't see leaders ever doing that. You won't see people, you know, this is not necessary. It's okay. We're not going to like them all. We don't have to like them all. So what you do, you talk about and you promote the ones that you do like. Now, example, say for instance, with this season of giving, I don't know, this is a fact, this is just something I'm coming out with now. There could be a product in one of the promos that you don't like, that you don't use. Now, rather than going into a group chat, and I've seen this before, not recently, but I've seen this before, where someone's gone in, oh, I can't promote this, I can't stand that, none of me and my guys like this product. And, you know, again, is that really being a leader and helping other people, turning into entrepreneurs, turn other people into leaders? If he like a mum's tortoise, you never got nice, don't say nothing, it's right, I kind of like that, you know. And at the end of the day, you know, that's how we've got to think about it. Like, 600 products available. We don't have to like them all, so it doesn't matter. And that's going to also lead to something I'm going to talk to you about at the end about entrepreneurship. Now, like I said, the thing I wrote down here in the notes from before is there's things that you may perceive as not negative. Okay, so you may think, right, I'm going to put something in a group chat. I'm going to write something because in your mind it's not negative. And so then, but you don't know who else that's going to affect. Now, I've had to learn this, and this is what I know this, and I've had to also be taught this. I know Hazel watching this, she'll say, agree with me. I'm very, very blunt and to the point, and I am nowhere near as reactive now. And I know Debbie, you'll be laughing, and Jax too, and you know Kim and John, you'll be laughing too, because we're all friends, and we all know I used to be way more reactive, and my reactivity threshold was much lower before. I've had to learn to, I laugh, I've had to learn to make that, you know, to control how I be in situations. You know, and I used to be the one that I'm very blunt, and I've had to learn how to communicate effectively over messages, because sometimes I would just write a very short message. Now, to me, in my mind, that message comes across. I know what I'm talking about, but it could be a very, very short thing. But just this. Now, in my mind, it's perfect because I know what I'm talking about. But in the message, how is it going to come across to somebody else? So whenever we're writing things in group chats, whenever we're commenting on statuses, now there might be a thread in successing, Jax, there might be a thread in successing, whatever it is. Now, we need to be careful about what we comment on that, because how is somebody else going to perceive that? Now, like I said, guys, leadership training starts the day you join the business if you decide that you want to be a leader. And that's why I'm going through some of this stuff now, because I think personally, you know, that leadership training is one of the key points to the business, because we all want to be entrepreneurs, we want to stand on our own 2 feet. And there's some of the points I want to talk about in for negativity. Now, another topic we're going to talk about is the characteristics. Okay, now, so the other one you can write down is characteristics. So we're going to talk about, we spoke about negativity. There's no place for it in groups, chats, or public profiles. You know, products, you don't have to like all the products, and that's okay. So you just don't speak about the ones you don't like. You know, then you need to be careful about things that we are saying and how that may be perceived to others. Okay, now the characteristics. What we're going to talk about the characteristic is here. The characteristics of a leader is they're a motivator, not a boss. Very simple, but they're a motivator, not a boss. They're there to motivate someone, to inspire to someone, to guide someone, to teach somebody, not to tell somebody. And that's why whenever I do these calls, whenever I work one-to-one with somebody, I always say to somebody, this is practical advice based on facts and trends. Whether or not you want to take that on board and utilize it is entirely up to you. Because what I don't want to do is be the one that is telling somebody what to do. You have to do this, otherwise you're not going to be successful. You have to get this in by this day. You have to do this in a certain order. You have to be a certain number out of a certain number if you're going to do this. You have to do this way, it's not going to work for you. That is not the type of person I am, and it's not the type of person I want to be, and it's not how I'm going to help people become a leader or their own entrepreneur by doing so. So we need to write this down. We are a motivator, we are not a boss. Another thing is they don't bark orders to people, okay? We encourage people to hit targets. We don't tell them that's what they need to hit, okay? And we show people the value in things, okay? Now, that's all right, Salumi. We've already spoken about your Vegan for Life coaster. I just want to give you a quick shout out on there. Now, like I said, it's someone that doesn't bark orders. Now, so whenever I speak to somebody, even if I know that what they're doing is so detrimental to their business, what they're doing could really, really affect those and their team and their organization or however they're perceived on social media, it's not my place to turn around and say to them, you are doing it wrong. It's not my place to, even if I know in my heart of hearts, that's what's happening, it's not my place to. How I am with people, I say, let me get this. I'm going to give you some practical advice based on facts and trends. If you want to utilize that and use it, that is up to you. Okay, and that's how I speak to people. So I don't bark orders to anybody. I encourage people to hit the targets by showing them the value in it. For instance, you know, if you've got an someone going for their LOI, rather than you thinking to yourself, and I'm talking executives now, so rather than thinking like you're an executive, rather than saying to yourself, well, I need my points, you have to go for LOI, LOI, that's not going to benefit somebody, because what we need to be doing is showing somebody the benefit of why they need to be hitting the LOI, why they need to be achieving that, because of the different commissions they can earn. Same, for instance, with selling products. You know, again, if you are a distributor and you want to qualify for LOI and you bought some people in the business, rather than saying to them, you need to go and sell this, 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 and this, and this to hit your targets, then, you know, that's because all you're doing is thinking about yourself. You need to show someone the value in why they need to do anything. How long have I been doing new skin? Just under 2 years. And again, you show the value in something. Now, love this part. A lot of people are like, well, I don't know how to show the value in that. I don't know how to do that. Simply put, how do you show the value in something? Ask people questions and listen to the answers. So simple. That's all you need to do. Hey, Carmela. And that's all you need to do, okay? To show the value of someone, ask them a question. Simply put. Now, how do we motivate somebody? We motivate people by influencing the outcome. And how we do that? By guiding them to the result, by sharing the value, okay? Very simply put, and that's, you know, let's take that on board, guys. We motivate people by influencing the outcome, by guiding them to the result, by showing them value. And how we do that, very simply put, if somebody tells us they want to go to LOI, rather than saying, you need to go get 1,000 points, you've got to do this, we need to influence the outcome by showing them the benefit of what can happen when they get to LOI, what can happen when they get to the bigger commissions, showing them how to grow a downline, how to lead others, how to teach others. By influencing it, by teaching and guiding, we're showing people the value towards a result that they want to achieve. All we're doing is guiding them to it. Now, what we want to be doing, we need to impact people, okay, not help people. And what I mean by that is, by helping somebody is when you're like, right, this is where the price lists are, this is where this product is, this is where this is, you know, and they could be like 6 months in a business and you're still sending them the product list and the price list for everything. That is helping somebody, not impacting somebody. The opposite to that, to impact somebody. Oh, you know, where's the price list for this? Where's the images for this? Where's this? Okay, well, log on a website, it's in your back office. Simply put, impact somebody so then they can go off to teach it themselves. Because if we start doing that for everybody, then what's going to happen is then they're just going to go off and do that themselves, other people, and then we're not going to be creating an organization full of leaders. We're going to be creating an organization full of followers. Now, another characteristic of a leader is they do what they say they will do. Very simply put. So if you've arranged to be on a call, if you've arranged to be on a live, now, you know, Hazel is extremely ill right now, so it's not like she's about, oh, Dan, please go and do this for me. She's, you know, she's pregnant. But if you're somebody that says you're going to be on a call at a certain time and you're not there for no ethical reason other than you forgot, then there's something up with that. This is where having a calendar comes into place. I use my calendars. I don't know if you guys saw someone post the other day. Let me see if I can show you quickly. Now, I have a calendar completely set up. I have reminders on that, so I'm just get my Mac out in a minute. Here you go. So very quickly, if I can show you that, you can see that. You can see all the different colours, what I'm meant to be doing and where. Let me go onto here. Where is it? Where's my cursor? There it is there. And you can see, look, I don't know if you can see it properly, but yeah, there you can see. So you get the gist of it. That's my week, fully blocked out, as you can see. But on that, I have reminders. So it reminds me 5-10 minutes before I need to be doing something, so I never ever forget what I need to do. Even the morning calls, even this call, every call I need to be on, I have a reminder, so I'm sitting there primed, ready and waiting and prepared. I'm not on there thinking, oh, now what are we going to talk about? I'm prepared for a situation because I do what I say I'm going to do when I'm going to do it. You know, and that's how that's another characteristic, okay? For example, if you're going to tell like your team, your customer, your audience, you're going to do something, then do it. And that could be calls, that could be messages. And this really relates to customers. It relates to prospecting. You know, if you're telling somebody you're going to do it, you make sure you're doing it. We're running a business here. This is our business, okay? If you tell your downline you're going to do something, make sure you're doing it. If you even sign up one person and you tell them you're going to do something for them, do that, okay? Like, it really is so important, guys. Now, another characteristic is you need to lead by example. You cannot ask people to do something if you are not prepared to do it yourself. Very simply put. Now, example, you guys have been at the Level Up trainings. Give me some hearts and some likes if you've been at Level Up training. Well, I have some water. I want some hearts and likes pummeling the screen if you've been to Level Ups. and we can show people why they need to be there. There we go. Now, here they all come in. Cool. Now, every single level up training. Now, if you guys have had influence from that and you've taken value from that and you believe other people need to be at the level ups, keep them coming. Just keep them coming if that's you. Keep them coming if that's you. Best event ever. Give some comments, guys. The feedback, what you've had from the level ups. Give some comments, give some hearts, give some likes. Let's keep the love going. Let's keep some comments going. Let's get some energy up nice and high. Here we go. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. That's it. There we go. Now, let me talk to you about the level ups. What you guys are doing now. At level up events, me and Hazel, nothing we teach isn't that something that we have already done and had a result with, or taught somebody else that they've had a result with, because we don't ask people to do something that we're not going to do, and we're not going to teach something that we've not already done. Simply put, you know, same as all of this, I'm going to speak to you guys about at the end about like how I got this. Now, like I said, we don't teach people anything we haven't done. I'm not going to get someone to do anything that I've never done myself. You know, it's just not going to happen. I'm not going to say, you need to go and recruit, 10 people a day if I've not done it myself, because I have done it. I'm not going to say to someone, you need to get to an executive in a month when you haven't done it, because I've done it. I'm not going to say to somebody, you need to do 90-day goals to grow your business if I've never done it myself or taught it, because all that means is I'm speaking on opinions, not based on facts or a trend. You see what I mean, guys? We need to talk about reality here, facts and trends, not opinions, because every man and his dog out there will think they can do something better than the next person, but until they've done it, until they've worked it, achieved it, done it, experienced it, seen the facts of it, it's just not going to happen. It is going to be in Cape Town next year. We've already said it's going to be in April, guys. So that's, we don't do something, if you cannot, like, for example, you can't say to your downline, say you brought someone in the business, oh, you need to go sell these products if you've never sold anything yourself. Very simply put, you can't say you need to get on this call if you're never on a call yourself. At the end of the day, you cannot be tagging your teams on a live video. You need to watch these calls. They're so important. If you've never seen one yourself, you need to go to a level up event. You need to go to this event. They're so important, but you've never been yourself. Example, we have Kayla, we have to be talking about this. Now, the next one I'm going to talk about, this one is so important to me. A characteristic of a good leader encourages teamwork, but also individuality. A bad leader wants control. A good leader lets people flourish. Now, that is a one line if you guys to write down. Encourages teamwork, but also individuality. A bad leader wants control. A good leader lets people flourish. Okay, now let that sink in for a minute, because what that means is we need to encourage people to work together. We need to encourage people to work as a team. But we need to encourage people to be their own individual person, because they're their own business owner. We are not responsible for anybody's successes, and we're not responsible for anybody's failures. I really don't like the word "my team." Personally, I don't like saying that. Sometimes I have to in context, in a conversation, because it's just the quickest way to grow them. But I'd much rather say my business partners, my organization, our organization. And that doesn't mean you're ours. That just means the organization as a whole. I don't like saying my team, because you're not my team. You are your own business owners. I am your business partner, and that's how I like to describe every single one of you. No matter what level you are, it doesn't matter to me. The minute you sign that New Skin Independent Distributor Agreement, you are my business partner. Whether you are on our 10th, 11th, 12th executive level, whether you are, however many levels deep in our circle group, it doesn't matter. You are my business partner. Okay, now. And what I mean by that is because we encourage teamwork. We encourage people to work together as a unit, as a team, because at the end of the day, you're going to grow better as a team and as a unit than you are just trying to, I can do this by myself, leave me alone. But at the same time, within that team, we need to encourage people to be their own individuals. Yes, the team. I love the team. Now, we need to encourage people to be their own individuals, because at the end of the day, everybody's different. Everyone has different circumstances. Everyone has different lifestyles. Everyone has different preferences. Everybody's different. Every single human being on the earth is completely different. That's why there's no fingerprint out there what is exactly the same, because everybody has a different fingerprint. Everybody has a different DNA. Everybody has a different personality. So we need to encourage people to allow that to flourish and come out of them. So a bad leader wants control. They want to be the one. They want the one on stage. And no one's going to go past me. I'm the one. You do as I say in my group. No one else can come in it. You are my group. You are my thing. This is what we all do together. You know, that is not a good leader because you're not allowing anybody to flourish. Okay, now, let's talk about the next one. So we just spoke then about the characteristics. Now I'm going to talk to you guys about supporting, okay? Now, let me talk about supporting. I really like this one because at the end of the day, shit will hit the fan regardless. It doesn't matter whatever you're doing, shit will hit the fan. You know, very simply put, shit will hit the fan. It is life. You know, what a good leader does is emphasizes and they listen and they understand. What a bad leader say, well, you know, well, if I can do it, you can, you know, you can do it with no understanding. And what I mean by that is, now let's say that you're going through your executive, you know, and then someone's like, oh, you know, I can't sell any products, you know, no one wants to buy off me, no one's responding to my messages, no one's doing this, no one doing that. The worst thing you can do is ever say to someone, you know, well, if I can do it, you can do it, that person can do it, you can do it, because that's just not understanding that individual situation. Okay, you know, even as executives, if something happens down, you can't be like, well, I've made it to executive. You know, at the end of the day, everybody has it in them to build this business and to grow to be and become super successful. But at the end of the day, is what we need to speak. We need to emphasize. We need to, you know, be emphatic with people. You know, because situations do happen and shit does hit the fan. So we need to listen and understand. And again, it's all that is about is asking questions and listening to people. Okay. The next one we need to speak about is being self-motivated. Now, I love what we're here. We all need to kick up the arse at times, and then we all need that team feeling. But if everyone and everything went tomorrow, you need to ask yourself, could you carry on? And that's something you need to ask yourself. If your uplines went, if we all went, if certain products went, if all your downline went, could you really be still here and carry on? I need to ask yourself that, because, you know, God forbid nothing ever does, but I know I could. I know that I could rebuild from the ground up. You know, I pray to God it doesn't happen to any of you guys, because I want you guys, not for my benefit, for your benefit, because I want you all to grow and be so successful. But at the end of the day, I know I could rebuild and carry on if I had to. But I know I'm not going to, because you guys are superstars. But we need to be self-motivated. You know, no one else can wake us up in the morning and tell us to, you know, build our business. No one else, when we come home tired from work, can sit next to us and say, come on, give us a massage on the shoulders. Come on, let's go build a business. Let's go do it. Come on, let's go do it, and give us a pat on the back and make us feel good. And oh, come on then, let's go and do it together. No one is going to do that for us. No one's going to physically pick up your phone and start sending messages to people. No one's physically going to pick up your phone and start, you know, doing posts with people. No one's physically going to pick up, you know, your phone and speak to people about the products or whatever. You know, no one's going to physically go to the post office for you and post these products. No one's physically going to add people to the groups and train them for you. You have to do this yourself. You have to be self-motivated. You know, you have to be self-motivated. Now, the next one I want to speak to you guys about is setting the pace. Okay, now we need to set the pace here. Now, you need to be one step in front all the time. Okay, I see the downline setting the pace and I want to learn. And what I mean by that is I want to be one step in front all the time. Not because I want to lead from the front. No, because I want to set the pace. Because I know if I'm moving quickly, other people are going to move quickly to keep up with me. But what I also understand, and what you guys need to understand, this is a lesson what Robert Valhagen taught me here, is somebody is moving quick, get out of their way and let them go. And then what you do, you try to grab on the back of them, take me with you, let me learn from you, and you learn from them. That's what we need to be doing here, guys. You know, we need to be the ones setting the pace. We need to be the ones that are moving quicker than our downline. But the second they start to move quicker than us, don't get pissed off. Don't get like, I want to be the leader. Get out of their way. Let them go as fast as they can go. If they don't want to do what you're doing, they're next getting them volumes and they're moving quicker than you, hell yeah, move out their way, let them go. Then, but say to them, take me with you, let me learn from you. What are you doing? I need to learn. And you try your best to keep up with them. And that's why, like when I done the post recently, shout out to Salume and to Cora. You know, like we said before, me and Hazel, we've always had between 16 and 20,000 average GSC circle group volume. And I'm only sharing that because we put it on a public status recently. And we've always had that. You know, that's averagely. It's never gone lower than that, but it has gone way higher than that before. But it always averaged in between 16 and 20K. But last month, huge shout out, Salumi and Cora. They beat us, man. They got more circle group volume than us. And we were like, yes, that's amazing. It was so good to see. We're so excited. And you know what? There's 3 or 4 other guys that are hunting us down quickly. And what I mean, and I love that, because now it's like, right, I need to get my skates on and I need to move a little bit quicker, because they're moving quickly too. But I know the quicker I move, the quicker they're going to move, because they're going to be like, right, I want to beat them, but I need to move quicker too. And it's so exciting to see. And I love checking the back office, seeing, oh my God, they're catching, right. I need to go speak to people. Like, who can I help? Who can I help? I need to go and help some people, because like, it makes me up my game when I see people moving quickly. So we don't compare ourselves. We're like, right, we want to be setting a pace, but the minute people want to go quicker, we're like, whoo, get out of the way and then try and learn from them. So now I'm like, I speak to Slumia and Cora all the time. I love speaking to those guys and communicating with them. You know, I love to speak. I've got a list of Christ. We all speak about this, 60, 70 people on whiteboard. And do you know what? Every time I speak to somebody, I learn something myself. Always a student. Whenever I speak to anybody, I'm always learning something myself. And if someone does something really well, I'm like, wow, tell me how you did that, because that's incredible. And I try to learn myself. If someone's done something amazing, I always ask them how, not because I'm curious, or I'm like, oh, how did you do that? Because I'm like, wow, please tell me. I want to learn that too. That's amazing. Now, okay, I've got a couple more things I want to go over. I'm going to try to be quick. So you've been on a little while now. I still want to speak to you about entrepreneurship. So I'm going to cover these very quickly. So have integrity and be approachable. The next one, integrity and be approachable. And what I mean by that is you need to be black and white. Okay, you need to be truthful and honest at all times, but you also need to know what to say when it needs to be said. Now, let's be honest, we can't just all be honest about everything all the time. We can't just be like with everything, because people are just going to be like, you know, what the hell, like, wow, that, you know, some people, you know, so we need to be careful when we're being honest with, like, you know, we all need to be honest, we all need to be black and white, but certain things need to be said when they need to be said, very simply put, okay? But you need to be somebody that people can feel like they can come to at any time. Hey Claire, that any single time they want to about anything, okay? And all this boils back down to is just being supportive, being empathetic for people. When you're faced with adversity, stick to your word. I'm not saying this scribbling. Yes, Stefan, I learned that from Salumi, but I'm still not drawing on my walls or on my window, sorry. You know, when you're faced with adversity, stick to your word. Okay, stick to your word. When you're faced with adversity, stick to your word. Now, you know, there's certain times when, you know, a lot of us have probably felt like we really just want to like boil over and we want to literally go crazy, but we need to have integrity. We need to be approachable. We want to be someone that people can come and talk to. I love the amount of messages I get every single day from you guys asking me questions, you know, asking me advice, telling me situations. Some people have told me some very personal things, some people haven't. I love that, because I love the fact that I really try to come across to you guys that I am someone that you can approach, and I'm someone that you can speak to, and I'm someone that you can open up to about me. And I'm black and white, and I always tell people the truth, and I'm always honest, and I tell people if something needs to be said, I say it when it needs to be said. Okay, now the next one, this one really relates to me. Energy. We need to have a good, positive energy in all situations. Okay, now what I mean by that is what you do behind closed doors really, really counts, guys. It really, really counts. There's no point, you know, like having good positive energy like on a live or in a conversation and going home and you're like and you're just moody, because when you're writing, trust me, try it. If you're writing in a foul mood and you're hunched over, you're trying to speak to somebody about their business, then guess what? That energy is going to come through your phone. Even through your words, you're writing how your words are being perceived. It's going to happen. What we need to do is have good, positive energy. You didn't ask for my message. Laura, I try to pick up every single message I possibly do, and if it goes into my message box, I reply to everybody, and I regularly check my filtered messages, and I reply to everybody in there, and I always see what's in there. The only ones I don't see is the ones that would have been lost through either like spam messages or something like this, and they're the ones I haven't picked up, and I can show my messages because I make sure I always do go through it. Thank you, Joe, and I appreciate that, because I always do try and be an open book for everybody. So I think everybody should be. I'm not one of the people that would be conniving, deceiving, or anything at all. I always like to just be open and honest and allow people to come to me and talk to me about any situation possible. Now, like I said, energy, good, positive energy at all times. And we need to be up, we need to be happy, we need to be energetic at all times. In any situation, however bad the situation is. Let's talk about Black Friday. Okay, Black Friday was a bit chaotic, right? And I'm talking directly to you guys in South Africa, to you South African executives. Now, let's talk about what happened in Black Friday. We know for a fact the Dermatic effects are sold out. We know how many of you guys had pre-orders waiting. We know how many of you guys were feeling the pressure that were asking yourselves in the group chats, what am I going to do with my customers? How am I going to do this? What am I going to do that? I don't know how, I've got all these orders that I may have to return. I don't know what I'm going to do, don't know what I'm going to do. But what I knew I needed to do in that situation was have good, positive energy, okay? And what I knew I needed to do was deliver good, positive energy to you guys. And that's all I kept trying to do all day. Behind the scenes on my phone, at certain points, I was like, but most of the time I was like, right, no, if I get down, if I get negative, if I get beat up, then you know, it's nothing's going to happen for you guys. And I kept that positive energy. I kept drilling it to the office, kept positive to the office, kept drilling it. And then what happened? Like 8:30 at night, we managed to finally get them to give us 200 Dermatic effects to do it. And everyone managed to get their Dermatic effects. Customers got their orders. No one missed out. And we all got what we needed to get. And it was amazing. I felt, you know, all because of positive energy. Okay, now, let's speak about last two things very quickly, and I'm going to talk about entrepreneurship very quickly. Now, let's talk about vision, okay? Now, thank you, Christine. I really appreciate that. Now, vision. What you need to have in vision. Thanks, Joe. Oh, yes, Joe, we helped you out in that situation as well, Joe. All the way I was helping South Africans, helping Canadians. It was like crazy, man. I was helping people in the Netherlands. I was literally like, Dan was everywhere that day. Now, yeah, I know, Gavin, we said that earlier. But right, let's talk about vision. Okay, now, as a good leader, what they have a vision, okay? Now, the good leader, they have to have the vision of not only their personal goals, but also, like, their team goals. And you don't need to share this with you know, like, I've got visions for what I want people in the business doing, you know, and I've shared this with some of the people I work with one-to-one. I have a vision of what I feel like they can achieve, what can happen to them, what they can do, and that potential that person has. You know, some people are sharing with their goals, and I have a vision of what I want, you know, and I don't mind sharing one of them because I've spoken to him many times about it before, and I know he's watching, John Moore. You know, I have said, you know, I'm a friend of John, not just a business partner. We've become very good friends, and it is one of my personal visions that I can't wait for him to be able to turn around and say, I am working Nu Skin full time. I'm not on my 9-to-5 job anymore. I'm not an electrician anymore. This is what I'm doing full time, and I can't wait to be a part of his journey for that. And I have that vision for him. So you need to have a vision for the team. I've already shared my vision with you guys that in October 2018, I'm going to be getting paid £100,000 in commissions from Nu Skin, 100 grand, and that's my vision to achieve that. Now, I shared that with you because that's my vision. You know, as a leader, you need to have a vision, whatever that is, whatever your vision is. It doesn't matter, you know, that's my personal vision. It doesn't matter how big or small your vision is. We need to have a vision, you know, and we need to, your vision and your energy. That's what we need to have, people. Last trait of a good quality leader is work ethic. Relentless work ethic. Relentless work ethic. You always need to be the hardest worker in the room. That's how I am when I'm in the gym. I look around in the gym and I'm always like, you know, I'm out working anybody. And like I said this on a live before. I used to follow a natural bodybuilding coach called Lane Norton, and his motto was outwork, #outwork, and he wanted to #outwork everybody. You know, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, he always describes being the hardest worker in the room. You know, and there you go, another amazing visual shared by elites. But, you know, like I said, for me, you have to be the hardest worker. I want to be the hardest worker in Nu Skin, fact. And I want you guys to be that too. And now imagine if we all become the hardest workers in the room. What could happen to our businesses then? Imagine that. Imagine that. This, you know, I want to talk about hard work. I know Hazel's watching, and, you know, give that girl insane props on how hard she worked the business. You know, and, you know, at the end of the day, like, I used to, when I wasn't in the business, and, you know, Hazel's building this by herself, I would come down to go to the gym at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and she'd be asleep on the sofa with like her phone in her hand. like mouth open, dribbling, like phone in the hand, like and they'll be like, Hazel, what are you doing? And she'd be like, oh, I thought this was on the sofa. I get to bed. She go to bed, and then guess what? Up a couple of hours later, go to work. Work a 9 to 5, and then she'd be like sending me messages while she's like, you know, on a lunch break with her iPad, like trying to catch up and everything. Go home, head down, work. You know, head down, work. Put Cody's bed, spend time with Cody. 8 o'clock comes, Cody's bed, work. Work, you know, and then fall asleep on the sofa again. Debbie, another huge shout out to Debbie. I have not seen anybody work as hard, and I personally try to work as hard as what Debbie works. I've even seen messages from Debbie where she's been awake for 24 hours because she's not stopped helping her global business partners, you know. And at the end of the day, like, you have to be, here's a perfect example for people that are in Debbie's organisation, and obviously you fall within mine as well, and you'll fall within Hazel's. There's 3 people, you know, Hazel, myself and Debbie, incredibly powerhouse hard workers. You know, Jack's incredibly hard worker, Saluma, incredibly hard worker, you know, and so many of you guys, you know, I apologise, I'm not shouting at everybody, because I could literally spiel off a name now of like 40, 50 people of powerhouse hard workers. Now imagine if we all did that, you know, if we was always the hardest worker in the room. Can you imagine that? And I love what Jacqueline always said before. She always says that she can't go to bed till her upline's gone to bed. And with the time difference for her, for Debbie, now the 2-hour time difference, and how late Debbie stays up and works, like, that poor girl never gets to sleep. Now, I want to throw myself into that mix one day, like, right, now you lot, you know, you guys can't go to bed till I go to bed. And then all 3 of us will be like, next morning on the way to calls, we'll all be like, oh my God, I'm so tired. Like on the morning calls, like, as we're doing it. But guys, right, that is essential leadership breakdown. Okay, what is the characteristic? Now, I remember at the start of the call, I said to you guys, I want to speak to you about like how I come about this training. Now, they are not my opinions of what is a good leader. But what I did when I first done that leadership training call a few weeks ago in our executive group and leadership call, I spoke to 6 of some of our biggest leaders, not all of our biggest, but I picked out 6 people, and I messaged them all separately, and I said, right guys, what do you guys believe makes a good leader? And they told me, and then what I did, I just wrote down some notes. I looked at the facts and trends of the business. I had a discussion with them, and then I come up with a training based on what their suggestions was, and what they described to be a good leader is. And personally, you know, that what I felt, again, that is what his leadership is asking people questions, providing value, and then giving feedback. Now, let me talk to you guys about entrepreneurship. Standing on your own 2 feet to accelerate your business. I was having this conversation earlier with Jonathan Sexsmith. I am all about creating leaders and entrepreneurs. The day you join the business, you are a leader. If you decide you want to be one, we are all entrepreneurs. What we don't need to be doing now, I spoke to you about this on the morning call, we don't need to be relying on the company to do an offer. We don't need to be relying on the company to do anything. We don't need to rely on our upline. We don't need to wait for anybody. If we want to make a move in the business, we can go and make that move in the business. A huge shout out to Kim. I know she's busy in a makeup class now, so she's going to be catching up at 9 o'clock. But huge shout out to Kim. And there's other people who've been doing this as well. Literally, season of giving promotions. If she's seen a product in the season of giving promotion that doesn't work for her customers, what she's been doing is creating her own season of giving offers. You know, just doing her own promos, been doing, you know, whatever it is. Like I said, last year, I was selling beauty boxes, and me and Hazel were going down Card Factory in town and buying like a real pretty Christmas box for £1, putting in some like red tissue paper and wrapping it up nicely. You know, that wasn't on the Winter Village last year. That was something I decided to do myself. Be an entrepreneur. You don't have to wait for your upline to say to you, you know, this is what we're doing today. This is the product we're focusing on. You don't have to wait for your team, if you're in a group chat, for everybody to say, right, let's go and all promote this day. You don't have to. You are your own business owner that can start promoting and doing your own offers, whatever way you want to do possible. You really, really can. We have, you know, at the end of the day, we have, like I said earlier, through maybe 300 plus products easily to deal with in EMEA, easily. There's 300 products that you can go and deal with and play with. Now, here's another example. Even if a product goes out of stock, like the Dermatic Effects did, like the Neutral did, like the Galvanic did, the Renew Hair Mask has just come back into stock today, does that mean your business stops? No, because we still have 300 products available to say, oh, I'm going to try promoting this one. And you're going to throw it into a pond and see what fish bite. You're going to think, oh, let me try this one. You're going to throw that into a pond and see what fish bites. You could then throw all of them in there, see what fish bite. Doesn't matter. Obviously, you need to be a bit more strategic than that and do 300 posts on Facebook in one day and see who wants to buy whatever product. But you know what I'm trying to come across with this? You know, just because something's gone out, so you think, oh my God, the toothpaste has gone out of stock. I can't ever build a business. What am I going to do? Well, okay, you're going to look at the other 300 products and try to sell those. And there you go. Nu Skin's motto at the minute: your life, your business, your way. Let's all start standing on our own 2 feet. You know, we don't need to wait for our uplines to make a decision for us, Karen. We don't need to wait for our uplines to tell us what to do. We don't need to wait for our group chats to say, let's all promote this today, guys. You could be like, right, I'm just going to do this. Think on our own 2 feet. Just have a look at the products and be like, right, guys, you know, I'm going to start focusing this today. Huge shout out. You know, she won't see this, but there we go. Like, Debbie, perfect upselling. You know, you guys that smash upselling, amazing. Huge shout out to, I can't speak. Huge shout out to Kayla Hunt. I put a post in our executive leaders chat today. As everyone picked up the green tea they wanted to get today, really good offer on it today. Kayla, yes, I've been upselling to the 120s. Boom, perfect. Shout out to all you guys that have been upselling products today. You know, there was, I can't remember who it was, Kim and Debbie and saw a few of the others. There was an offer earlier in the week where he was adding like the mud mask into it as well to make it a much better package for people. Perfect. It's amazing. Do this, guys. Be your own entrepreneur. Start being your own creativity. We haven't got to have permission from anybody to do anything. As long as what you're doing is within Nu Skin's policies and procedures, go and have fun in your business. Don't wait for anybody. And this is another thing as well. You know, like I checked this out today. DPD, if you're in the UK, now I don't know delivery times for Canada, for Australia, for the US, for South Africa, for Europe. I don't understand those delivery times. I don't know, but you have to find those out yourselves. But the UK, we use a company called DPD. Now I've checked, DPD deliver up until Saturday the 23rd of December. Okay. Now that effectively means that means you can place your order on Monday the 18th of December. It will get processed or it will get shipped on the Tuesday. Now, as long as there's no late deliveries, obviously you can potentially be cutting it very, very fine, but you can still get your orders in that day. You haven't got to wait until like the season of giving ends on like the 14th and be like, oh my God, my business needs to stop now until the 27th of December. No way. Like, you can be out there, you know, still getting orders for people before Christmas till the 18th, massively. Another thing as well, even after the 18th, do you need to stop getting orders in? Hell no, because even after the 18th, you know for a fact that, there we go, DPD deliver on a Sunday. Now, let's see if you really push them, see if they deliver on Christmas morning, people wrapped up and everything, you know. But, you know, at the end of the day, even after the 18th, you don't, now, for those guys that will think, oh, okay, now the 18th's come, I'm not going to get my products before Christmas, I'm going to stop working my business. No, guys, that's not thinking like an entrepreneur. Why don't you start the Boxing Day sales early? Because you know you're going to be getting your products delivered after Boxing Day. Get them ready for people. Get your orders in. Start thinking on your feet, guys. How can you grow your business? There we go, Lauren. Bulk order on the 18th, hand deliver, perfect. Start ordering products on the 19th and 20th and the 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Guess what? They're going to get delivered. There you go, tea green after Christmas. Detox everyone, all those big Christmas bellies after Christmas Day. At the end of the day, money to spend, all this, you know, order the products before them. They're going to turn up just after Christmas, ready for the Boxing Day specials for people. Now, the company aren't going to be doing any Boxing Day promotions this year, but that doesn't mean that we can't do them ourselves. That means you can't think on your feet about doing Boxing Day promotions. Christ, the January sale will start for most like retail stores like bloody Christmas Day, you know, so why can't we do the same? At the end of the day, every single one of us on this call, every single person watching this back on replay is their own retail company. You're your own boss. You're your own company. As long as you don't break policies and procedures, have fun in your business. Get out there, think on your feet. How can you sell products? How can you make money? That is being an entrepreneur. That's how you're going to accelerate your own business, by not waiting for permission from your upline, from your group, from your executive upline, from the company. That is how you're going to grow. Just because a company may go out of stock on a product doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Even if they do their own Black Friday orders, that doesn't mean you can't create your own. That doesn't mean you can't create your own season of givings. That doesn't mean you can't create your own Boxing Day sales. Stop waiting for permission. We have amazing tools, things like Canva, WordPress, WordSwag, Keynote, PowerPoint. Get creative, do your own thing, have fun in it, brand it, be you, stand out from the crowd, be different, be one step ahead of the game. That's how you're going to grow in a business. Right, guys, I've been speaking for a long while now. Thank you for sticking with me. I hope this was useful. If it was, don't forget to tag your team in it. Let's get everyone on the calls. Let's tag them out. Let's share these videos around to our guys. Tag them in it. Get them watching this. Get in your group chats. Get them back watching it. Hope this was useful, guys. Hope you've taken some notes. Have a great evening, guys. Have fun. Stand on your own 2 feet. Grow your business. Have an amazing Christmas. And let's smash the shit out of it and grow and have fun. Right. Bye.